All right, let's look at the homework 6, problem number 11. Right, so we want to use the implicit differentiation to find y prime, and then we want to evaluate y prime at -1, 1. All right, so let's do that. All right, so I'm going to take the derivative here. So take the derivative with respect to x. All right. So derivative of y squared would be 2y, but since we're taking a derivative with respect to a different letter, we have to multiply by dy over dx. If you want to use y prime, it's the same thing. All right, plus, all right, derivative of 2y with respect to x would be 2 dy over dx. Right, and the derivative of 3x is just going to be 3. And then derivative of 0 is still 0, since 0 is a constant. Right, so I'm going to move 3 over to the other side by subtracting 3. And I'm going to combine the first two terms together. Right, so let's do that. Right, so I'm going to subtract 3. All right, before we do that, since both of these guys, the first two guys have dy over dx. So I'm going to factor that out. Right? So since we already factored this guy out, right, out here, so we know that there's a 2y left over. So I'm going to just place it right here. So 2y. Alright, and then we have let's see, dy over dx. This is also pulled out. So we have a plus 2 left over, so I'll place it here. So I'm going to have a plus 2 there. Alright, then since we subtract 3, so 3 is going to be over to the other side, becoming -3. Alright, then we just have to isolate the dy over dx. So we're going to divide through by 2y plus 2. Right? So we have dy over dx is equal to -3 over, and I'm going to pull out the 2 because both of them has 2. So it's a 2 times quantity y plus 1. Alright, so let's type this guy in. Alright, so what we found was -3 over 2 times quantity x plus, actually this was y, right? So it's going to be a y plus 1. Alright, so let's check the answer. Alright, we got that. Alright, next step is we can simply evaluate this y prime at -1, 1. Alright, so let's do that. Alright, so we want to evaluate y prime, or dy over dx, at x equals -1. And y equals +1, right? So here, so you have a -3, so we have that numerator there, so it's a 2. And y is 1, so plugging 1 here, and then you have +1, right? So this is going to be -3 over 2 times 2 is 4, right? Right, so let's type it in. Alright, so the answer we got was -3/4. Alright, so let's check the answer. Alright, we got that. Alright, that's it. I hope that this was clear.